PO line information in vendor import file. Okay, this is a big one. And the story is as follows. You get a new order from a vendor, you get the import file, but it only has records and no inventory. Great. Next iteration, you receive the inventory from the vendor. But this inventory needs to be matched to the records we previously received. So for that, we need some sort of matching ID. And the logical ID to have is the PO line number, because that points to both the bib record and the inventar. And so it is now possible to add the PO line number information to the update order import file. Crazy story, I know. Let's see how that's done. So let's start this one first from taking a look at an import file. I have here two files that are going to come in from the vendor. The first file is a new order. Let's take a look at that. And you'll notice that here we don't have any PO line information because the PO line has not been created yet. Okay, this is just a new order coming with records, vendor import file, and there's no inventory to this record either. It's just the bib record. Okay. And the second file that's going to come from the vendor, this one does have an inventory. In our case, we're looking at an electronic record. And in this case, the inventory is the URL. It's going to point to Wikipedia. Okay? This doesn't have a PO line number yet either because we didn't start the scenario. But when we start the scenario, we're going to add a PO line number to this file, and we're going to import that, and we'll see how Alma can perform the match on the PO line. So let's begin by making a new order with the first file we saw, which is just a record with no inventory. Great. Okay. So Alma, now the first thing we're going to do is make a new order, get a record that has no inventory. Configurations menu, import profiles, and new order, run import. And the file I'm going to choose is the one I showed you before, which just has a new order in it, no PO line information, no inventory. Add. And submit. So now we are running the job. And we're going to refresh this. In process, time started. Refresh it until the job is complete. Okay, great. Files processed. Actions. Imported records. We have a new... Let me see this a second. Linking information. Great. You see the linking information is empty. Okay? So we just got the record. Now along comes the vendor and updates the inventory, what we call today an update import. And hold on, let's just go back here. Okay, great. Okay, so this is my PO line. So now we've seen that Alma has updated imported the record into Alma and created a new PO line. Now we have a PO line number, And this is basically from now, this is the new uncharted territory. We can now add this PO line ID to the vendor import, and then when we update the inventory itself, Alma will match it. So we take this PO line number, and we're going to put it in the update inventory file. Now I have here 949 field, subfield 1. You can actually put this in any field you choose. You just have to configure the import profile to look at this field. So we've now added, okay, this is the new import, the update import file. It has the inventory, which is the URL, and now it also has the additional info of the PO line so that Alma will know which record this needs to be, which bib record and which PO line this inventory will be matched to. So we've got the update inventory file ready now. And now let's run the import on the update inventory. So let's go Alma, acquisitions configuration, import profiles. And now let's filter by update order. Okay, the first one we did was a new order. Now we have an import profile called update inventory. Now I want to look at this to show you how it's configured, because Alma needs to now find the PO line from this input file. Remember, we put it in the 949 field, subfield 1. This has to be configured in Alma as well. So over here under PO line information, we have the PO line field, and as you can see, we've indeed configured it to search for the PO line number in field 949, subfield 1. So now Alma will know where to get the PO line information from in the input file. Let's run it and hope for the best. Run import. Add the update inventory file. I believe I've saved it, so I'm not going to check that again. And add, submit. Okay, so now we are running the update job, update order job. And if this is successful, then Alma will add the inventory to the correct record that we've imported in the previous iteration, right? We have the new order and now the update order. If everything works, Alma will match the update using the PO line number. Okay, great. Actions. Imported records. Availability electronic version. This is our record. Linking information. And this was the URL. Okay, wikipedia.org. That happens to be our inventory, so to speak. And basically what happened is Alma knew to add this URL to this particular bib record using the PO line number. Because once it has the PO line number, it looks in the PO line, which basically can point to both the bib record and the new inventory. So, a bit of a complicated scenario, but not too complicated, I hope.